Welcome you all for direct taxation class. In today's session, we will be discussing on rent-free furnished accommodation, right? So what do you mean by rent-free furnished accommodation here? Hope you are clear with the session which was held with respect to unfurnished house, right? So here in this session, it is related to rent-free furnished accommodation. So here also, whenever it is given, you need to keep in mind the government employees and non-government employees, right? So valuation of rent-free furnished accommodation is done in two ways, right? One is accommodation not being in hotel, motel, service apartment or guest house. This is one thing. Second one is accommodation in a hotel, motel, service apartment or guest house. So in these two perspectives, the prerequisite with respect to rent-free furnished accommodation will be provided for the employees. Understanding? So with respect to accommodation not being in a hotel, motel, service apartment or guest house, you need to find out two steps. First step, find out the value of perquisite on the assumption that accommodation is provided is unfurnished. You need to remember this point. Means first thing is you need to check what is the value of perquisite with respect to unfurnished accommodation. That is the first step. Afterwards, step 2, whatever the value you arrive at in the first step, right? For that value, you need to add the value of furniture. So what do you mean by furniture here? Furniture includes radio sets, television, refrigerator, air conditioners and other household appliances, right? So these are said as furnitures. So here all the time employer will not be owning these furnitures. Clear? So how the rule is applicable here means 10% of original cost of the furniture in case if the furniture is owned by the employer. This you need to remember. Next one is actual hire charges paid or payable in case the furniture is hired by the employer, right? So these two things you need to remember when you are arriving at the value of the furniture. Clear? This is one way of evaluating the or making the valuation of rent-free furnished accommodation, right? Next one is accommodation provided in a hotel, motel, service apartment or guest house. This is same for both, whether he is a government employee or whether he is a non-government employee, you should follow the same rule. What is the rule? First thing is 24% of salary paid or payable for the period during which such accommodation is provided in the previous year. This is one rule. Second rule is actual charges paid or payable by the employer to such hotel. It might be motel, it might be service apartment, it might be guest house. This is the second rule. Out of these two, whichever is lower or least of these two will be the value of perquisite, right? But there is an exception with respect to this accommodation provided in hotel, motel, service apartment or guest house. At the time of relocation, right? So for the employee from one place to another place, up to 15 days, nothing is chargeable to tax, right? This will be aggregate during the financial year. In 1 year, this 15 days aggregate, it might be split off also. He might be transferred one or more times. So at that point of time, this aggregate value will be taken when the accommodation is provided in these situations. Either it might be in hotel, motel, service apartment or the guest house. Clear? So this is the condition how it will be evaluated. Right. Hope you are clear with the conditions now. To understand this more elaboratively, we will go with the problem. Clear? So I'll just read out the problem here. Mr. Mantri received during the previous year ending March 31st, 2020, emoluments consisting of basic pay rupees 1,62,000, special allowance rupees 17,000 and reimbursement of medical expenditure rupees 3,800. His employer has also provided a rent-free furnished flat in Bombay. Lease rent of the unfurnished flat is rupees 50,000. Some of the household appliances provided to Mr. Mantri with effect from June 1, 2019 are owned by the employer, cost price of which is rupees 36,000. Date of purchase is April 1, 1960 and return down value as on April 1, 2019 is rupees 620. Employer pays rupees 10,000 annually as hire charges for 3 air conditioners installed throughout the previous year in rent-free flat. Compute the value of perquisite if Mr. Mantri is a secretary in the Ministry of Law and rupees 4,000 is the license fee of unfurnished flat as per the central government rules. Next, Mr. Mantri is the managing director of ABC Private Limited. Next, does it make any difference if Mr. Mantri is being provided a hotel accommodation throughout the year, tariff being 1,20,000 per annum? Next one, suppose the employer instead of providing flat or hotel accommodation free of cost charges rupees 16,000 per annum as a rent of furnished flat. Find out the taxable value of the perquisite in respect of the accommodation provided at concessional rent. Right. So now we need to understand the problem here. Right. Means 4 situations or 4 cases have been given based on the information. One is Mantri is a government employee, central government employee. In that case, what is the amount that will be said as value of perquisite that you need to identify. Second is he is a managing director. So at that point of time, what is the value of perquisite when he is a private organization employee? That you need to find out. Afterwards, when he is provided the accommodation in the hotel throughout the year, tariff is given 1,20,000. So what is the value of perquisite that you need to identify. Fourth one, this is bit different from these 3 aspects. These 3 aspects will be covered with respect to evaluation of your rent-free furnished house. Fourth one is when it is provided at a concessional rent. So how it will be. So that when the case comes, we will discuss in detail. So first thing is, if you remember first step, what it says, you have to evaluate the thing, whatever the property has been provided as a rent-free for him accommodation as a unfurnished flat. First and foremost thing, you have to evaluate it as a unfurnished flat. Clear? So you have to evaluate it as unfurnished flat. So first case, that is A. In this case, so I'll write it here, Mantri. So because all the cases are based on him, Mantri, right? So first case, he was a secretary in a central government, right? So with respect to government employees, whether he is a central government or state government, whatever the license fee or the fair rent that will be given, that itself is said as the value of perquisite. Clear? So with respect to Mantri, as he is a secretary to a central government, whatever rupees 4,000 they have given, that is the taxable value of the perquisite or unfurnished flat. Clear? So here he is a secretary to central government. Rupees 4,000 is the amount they have given. So this is the value of perquisite, means value of unfurnished flat. Clear? Next is second case. Second case is he is a what? Non-government employee, means Mantri is a managing director of ABC Limited. Managing director of ABC Limited, right? So ABC Limited. Here, as what it is, it has been provided for him, right? So the accommodation is taken on rent by the employer and it is given to the employee at a free of cost, right? So at this situation, when accommodation is taken on rent by the employer, you need to consider two conditions that you need to remember, right? So where they say that amount of rent paid or payable or 15% of salary, out of these two, whichever is less. Clear? Whichever is less. So in this case, what do you mean by salary? Right? Salary means DA will be included, basic pay will be included, allowances will be taken into consideration, monetary allowances will be taken into consideration. But with respect to this problem, in this case, they have given basic pay and special allowance. So salary means in this case basic pay. So basic pay is how much? 1,62,000 they have given, and special allowance they have given 17,000. This you need to sum up, 1,79,000. So this is salary means, right? So as I said, it is taken on rent by the employer. So for this again conditions will be there. What are the condition? Amount of rent paid or payable. So what is the amount of rent paid or payable in this case? It was rupees 50,000. One thing. Second condition is 15% of salary. Salary means 1,79,000. So 1,79,000 into 15%. You need to calculate. That is 26,850 rupees. 26,850 you will get. Understanding? So out of this, whichever is less is the taxable value of perquisite. So out of this, which is less? This is less. So this will be the taxable value of perquisite. Understanding? So what we did, first thing is, now we have calculated with respect to unfurnished flat. So these are the information what we require. In this case it is 4,000, in this case it is 26,850. This is valuation of unfurnished flat, which is also said as taxable value of perquisite, right. Next thing is we need to evaluate with respect to furnished flat, right. Furnished flat. So as I told earlier, furnished flat means first step is find the value of the perquisite on the assumption that it is unfurnished. We have done this. First step is over. Second step, we need to add the value of the furniture, right. So first thing, we need to calculate value of furniture here. Value of furniture. Value of furniture we need to calculate here. So in the condition what it says, in case if it is owned by the employer, 10% of original cost of furniture you need to consider. In case if it is taken on rent or hire, what is the hire charges he has paid, that need to be taken into consideration. So in this case, valuation of furniture will be what? When did he provide the value? Means the furniture means in June 1, 2019 he has provided. The employer has provided to him on June 1, 2019. He has provided, right. So that is one thing. First thing is 10% per annum, that is per annum cost of furniture you need to take. What is the cost of furniture they have given here? 36,000 they have given. 36,000 into 10%. Clear? When did he provide? In June 1, 2019 he has provided in the previous year. So from April, May, if you leave it, from June to March 31st, 2020, it is 10 months. Understanding? So here 36,000 into 10% into 10 by 12. So what is this 10 months? Why I have taken is at 10 months? Because it was provided from June. That is one thing. So this amount is 3,000 you will get. Clear? Afterwards, he has taken the air conditioners on rent and he has given that. So rent of air conditioners, that is 10,000 higher charges has been paid. So add rent of air conditioners, 10,000 they have paid. So 13,000. Right. Now here we have calculated the value of the furniture we have calculated. Right. What is our intent? We need to calculate the value of furnished flat. Furnished flat we need to calculate. Hope what is first step? This is done. Afterwards, value of furniture we need to add. So if you add this value with this value, then it becomes value of furnished flat. Hope you are understanding, right? Value of furnished flat. So what I will do here is to make you understand here, first is unfurnished, right? So first I will take what is the unfurnished value. Afterwards I will take furniture, right? Next it will be the furnished flat valuation. Right. So here two conditions are there. In first thing, he was a central government employee. So at that time it is unfurnished value is what? Unfurnished is 4,000. In this case, it is 26,850. Clear? Afterwards, we have found or we have calculated value of furniture, that is 30,000. In both the cases, same value will be taken. Right? You need to add these both. This is 17,000. This is 39,850. Understood? So, this is said as value of furnished house. I think now you are clear with this, right? So, rent-free furnished accommodation means, first thing, you need to calculate unfurnished flat. That is the first step. Assuming that it is a unfurnished flat, you need to calculate. Afterwards, you need to calculate the value of furniture if it is given in the problem. In case if it is not given, don't worry about it. Just whatever the value you get, say it as value of furnished house. Furnished house means normally they will give. Either it will be taken on rent by the employer or either he will be owning it. Clear? So, the value of furnished flat with respect to secretary to the central government, if Mantri is a secretary, at that point of time 17,000. When if it is a non-government employee, it is 39,850. So, two cases, there were 4 cases in the problem, so 2 cases are over. Clear? Next one is, does it make any difference, they have asked. Does it make any difference? That is C. So, probably I will write it here itself. This is the third case, so that it will be easier for us to understand. Right? Does it make any difference in case if it is provided in the hotel? So, this is hotel accommodation. Hotel accommodation. Right? So, what the rule says here, when you are evaluating the hotel accommodation, it is said as 24% of salary. For this, same salary will be taken. Whatever we took it as a salary here, this amount, same will be taken as a salary here for this case also. Right? So, 24% of salary as well as actual charges paid by the employer to the hotel. In the problem, what they have said, 1,20,000 is the tariff that is paid. And also, throughout the year, he was provided in a hotel. Accommodation was provided in a hotel. Right? So, condition is 24% of salary. This is one condition. Right? %24% of salary means on 1,79,000 you need to take 24%. 1,79,000 into 24%. You need to consider. Right? So, it is 42,960. Sorry, 42,960. Yes. Next is second condition. It says actual charges paid by the employer. Actual charges. Actual charges. So, in this case, how much it is? 1,20,000. Right? Whichever is lower need to be considered. Whichever is lower. Understanding? Here, when you are evaluating hotel accommodation, valuation of hotel accommodation, 24% of salary or the actual charges paid by the employer. In this case, it is 42,960, that is 24% of salary. Actual charges is 1,20,000. So, whichever is lesser will be considered. Clear? So whichever is lesser means this is lesser. So this will be the value of hotel accommodation that will be chargeable to tax, whether he is a government employee or whether he is a non-government employee. Hope you are clear with this right now. In the problem, 3 cases they had given. A is central government employee, we calculated. So where if it is unfurnished, it is 4,000. If it is furnished, it is 17,000. In B case, he was a private employee. In this case, it is 26,850 if it is unfurnished flat. If it is furnished flat, it is 39,850. Next thing is, in the third case, that is hotel has been provided, hotel accommodation has been provided for him. So at that point of time, out of these two, whichever is least, so 42,960. So what was the question here in C? That is third case is, does it make any difference if monthly is provided a hotel accommodation? Yes, definitely it makes a difference because he need to pay more tax here when compared to these cases. In this case, he will be paying tax for 17,000. In this case, it is for 39,850. In this case, he will be paying for 42,960. So obviously, there is a difference in case if he is provided the accommodation in a hotel. Clear? Hope you are clear with these 3 cases. Next case is, as I earlier said, so what it is? It is depending on the value of accommodation provided at concessional rent. Right? Value of accommodation provided at concessional rent. Understanding? So here, step 1. Find out the value of perquisite on assumption that no rent is charged by the employer. Right? So whether it is a unfurnished house or whether it is a furnished house, so you need to find out the valuation of furnished flat or hotel accommodation that will be given to him. This is what the first step says. In the second step, from the value arrived, means whatever the value that is arrived in step 1, that need to be given a deduction by the rent paid by the employer, means what is the charges or what is the rent charged by the employer to employee, that need to be deducted. Remaining value becomes the value of flat provided at a concessional rent. Right? This is what the fourth case we need to find out. So now, similarly, keeping the same case as a base, we will understand the value of flat provided at a concessional rent. Okay. Right. So here first thing is three cases we have already calculated. Directly we know what is the valuation of furnished house and as well as hotel accommodation. Right. So what I will do here is A, B, C. This is first case, central government. Mantri is a central government employee. Second case, MD in a private organization. Third case is hotel accommodation. Hotel accommodation. So we have the information here. So in this column, I will be entering the value of furnished flat or hotel accommodation. So this is 17,000. In second case, 39,850. In third case, it is 42,960. Clear? This is what all the three cases it is there. Next thing is, in this column, I will be taking the rent charged by the employer. Rent charged by the employer. So, he has charged 16,000. Means employee need to pay the rent for the employer. 16,000 he need to pay. This 16,000 he will be paying it to the employer. Difference of this will be said as value of flat provided at concessional rent. So, this minus this. In this case, 1,000. In this case, difference between this and this, 23,850. In this case, 26,960. Understanding? So, I repeat again, understand this. Three cases already we had calculated as per the questions. So, the last question I had told you, whenever the employee is getting the rent-free accommodation, at that point of time, sometimes he will also be given at a concessional rent. Means the employer thinks he will not be giving it at free of cost, he will charge certain amount to the employee. So, that is the reason employer has charged him 16,000, right. So, this was the value of perquisite. Afterwards, once means this is the chargeable amount for the employee. Afterwards, rent has been extracted or given to the employer. So, this you need to deduct. So, remaining amount is chargeable to tax. So, that is the value of flat provided at a concessional rent, right. Hope you are clear with this, right. So, in this session, we have understood about rent-free furnished house or accommodation, right, as well as when the accommodation is given at a concessional rent. Clear? Thank you.